Always gotta brush my hair. Good morning, family. Good afternoon, good evening to wherever you are tuning in the world. As you guys know, it is morning time here. Pretty early. I'm up early. Okay, let me know. You guys can hear me. All praises to the Most High always. Welcome, guys. Make sure you like the video when you come in the chat. Leave your comments below. Let me know where you tuning in from. Yeah, like some things are changing super fast. Some things are changing super fast. And there's a lot that's been happening this past week, to be honest. There's a lot that's been happening this past week. Man, it's so much. It's so much. We've been trying to keep up with the news and stuff, the breaking news and stuff, but it's a lot that's been happening. And it seems like the all praises to the Most High that He gives discernment and tells His people what's going on. Cause man, did you guys hear what was going on in Europe, in France? It's the hottest it's been ever. It's over like 100 degrees Fahrenheit and stuff like that. Let's see. Another thing, the earthquakes that just happened within 24 hours. I want to say it was I want to say it was like five earthquakes within 24 hours, five to six. Japan, California, Venezuela, and the Philippines. Um, you know, yeah, that ring of fire is very active, right? And then, just even here, to be honest, like today, last night, man, that was something different. We usually don't get this like super wind that's been picking up here on the island of Mauritius, like randomly. It just picked up randomly, started pouring down, stopping. Now it's back raining again. It's about almost 6 o'clock or six a.m. um in the morning, but yeah, usually it does not do this. So it seems like something is off. Something like the Most High is shaking up this earth for something. So that's why I say like something feels off. I'm not sure if you guys feel it. If you guys are in the chat, shalom, shalom, peace and blessings to you. Make sure you like the video. Um, Comment below. Let me know where you're tuning in from. But yeah, it seems like something is shifting. Obviously, earthquakes, it shifts the ground. So when you think of it like that, yeah, things are shifting. And I know we've been saying this time after time. There is a this is a new season. This is a new feast day, right? That's coming up. So I know there's a lot of spiritual things happening that a lot of people can't understand, but this thing is heating up. Stuff is heating up. It's getting crazy. Um, Obviously Europe is heating up. Uh, Even I just saw a video. I was just looking at a video last night about was it Arizona? Arizona and Utah. Please let me know if you know what I'm talking about. They were going to cut off the power in Arizona and Utah because of the heat and it might cause fires, right? So this weekend is going to be something very interesting to pay attention to be honest, because they can literally just say, hey, we're going to turn your power off in 24 hours. So make sure you prepare, make sure you get your oil for your generators. If you have a generator, make sure, you charge your phones and things like that. Um, and it's going to be hot. So get ice and stuff like that. Like this is happening in real time. So when stuff like this comes out, it's like, huh, what's really going on? Is there like obviously we know it's a energy crisis, right? We know that, obviously with Iran and Israel and America with the oil, the fertilizer and stuff like that, it's slowed down a lot. So there's going to be a shortage and a package of energy that's been put out, right? And I believe like the whole world is going to start to feel it pretty soon. I know Donald Trump, he was just talking about, he did a Truth Social post, a X post about America has like 3 weeks of reserves, of oil reserves left, right? And then we see how Donald Trump was strategic with Venezuela, right? So he knew that this was going to be happening in the world with the oil. So that's why he kind of took over Venezuela so he can have some fresh oil and some oil flowing, and it gets deep that way. But yeah, that's something right there. That's something different where it's like, huh, Venezuela just have that earthquake. So I'm not sure if you guys heard of it. Please let me know if you have. We just did a video yesterday about the earthquake in Venezuela, 7.1. And then I want to say a couple minutes or maybe like, yeah, yeah, it was a couple minutes after it was a 7.5. And now that the footage is coming out, now that the pictures are coming out and stuff, I believe they were saying it's like, for right now, as I'm speaking, I saw a post saying it was 200 people, um, you know, unalived, gone, and over 1,500 people injured. And that's just in Venezuela. And in the pictures that I've been seeing, they've been doing before and after uh, pictures of these buildings, and it was tall buildings, maybe like 10 stories, 12 stories, 15-story buildings collapsing. Just look like it just got destroyed, right? So that's something like, whoa. I'm not sure exactly like the area where it was, but it could be where that oil um was, to be honest. I'm gonna try to find it real quick, but yeah, it seemed like it was right there with the oil. Yeah, it's like everywhere. Every time I just open my phone, we see videos and pictures of this Venezuela, and the crazy part, that wasn't even all of it. You get what I'm saying? It was in Japan too. That's two sides of the world. That's wild. California had one too. So that's why I say this Ring of Fire is really starting to pick up some activity. They're saying like this stuff did not happen for more than a century. Yeah, 100 years. 100 years, guys. So the earth is starting to do things that it has not been doing for 100 years ago. That's wild. That's something to think about. So that's why I say, like, did you see what's happening? Because it's happening in real time. There's a lot of stuff that people have to really pay attention to. Because um, yeah, yeah, it's happening. It's happening. Shalom, shalom, family. Peace and blessings to you guys. Make sure you like the video when you come in here. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. Greatly appreciate it. I'm trying to find the thing that I liked the other day. Mm, yeah, it's okay. I'm not even gonna stress about it. Yeah, it's all right. But yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, this week has been something else. And it's crazy because it's like this is reality that a lot of people have to live. Like that's sad. Close to 200 people, more than 100 1,500 injured. That's something crazy. And this is just the beginning. It's just one day after, 2 days after that it happened. Yeah, 2 days after it happened Wednesday, or 2 days for me because it's a new day for me. But yeah, that I'm telling you guys, like I don't know if you guys can feel it, but I feel some. I felt it even the last time I went live talking about how the South Korea they lost like 10% in the stock market and it affected America. Um, and I'm like, whoa, that's big. Like I'm looking at the charts and stuff. I'm checking out the charts and I'm like, man, something's off. Like this is not making sense. The dollar's pumping up. This is dropping. Certain charts are moving weird. It was like glitching in a way, to be honest. And of course the charts does that sometimes, like gaps up and stuff, but that's only like when um the market opens, or there's going to be like an influx of money being poured into the market or something. I get that, but yeah, Monday, Tuesday, it was just something like off. I'm like, something's off. And then I'm not trying to get too deep into it, but the Most High does speak to His children through dreams and visions, right? And my wife and I, we've been having some intense dreams. um you know we don't like to, like, I mean, we would tell people close to us what's going on, but yeah, it's just been like back to back of something is about to happen, and then the earthquakes happen, and then yeah, Europe is on fire pretty much. It's very hot in Europe, very hot in France. Same with Arizona, Utah. Um, and here in Mauritius, like that was weird last night. Tell you that the wind, like, when you hear wind at your window, like it's hitting your window, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. And it's raining a little bit harder than what it usually is. Yeah, shalom, shalom. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good evening to wherever you are tuning in. If you're just now getting in the chat, make sure you like the video for me. Let me know where you tuning in from. Greatly appreciate it. Um, but yeah, this stuff is starting to is something's happening. Please let me know if y'all feel the same way. But yeah, I know the feast day is coming up, first fruits and stuff, in a couple weeks. So I know it's like, dang, I know that. But what is the Most High trying to tell His people something? Is the Most High giving these signs for a reason? That's what I like to just step back and kind of like look at both sides and see like what's going on. And then, man, we don't even want to talk about AI. That's something that I've been doing some research on too, with companies and stuff. But just know everything's going to be using AI. Every company, every single thing is going to be using AI. And now they're talking about it's a shortage of memory cards in a way. So AI in the data centers, um, they use memory, right? So there's going to be a shortage of that. So there's companies out there that's trying to, yeah, this is, I guess, this is some game for you guys. So there's companies out there where they're changing the cords because usually, AI, they use a lot of water and stuff, a lot of electricity. But there's a company out there that use some type of copper wiring, right? So this could be a good investment. And like say, I will, um, be talking about this a little bit more. But yeah, there's companies out here that is trying to fix the problem with data centers and AI taking all the water, um, overloaded on storage with the memory and stuff. So pay attention to that when you're thinking about investing in stocks and companies and stuff, ETFs and stuff, where there's companies that store for data centers, right? They store the memory and stuff for data centers. So that's probably going to be a good investment. Probably going to shoot up and stuff. Um, Yeah, even with the stock market yesterday, I know the Nasdaq. So I'm not sure if you guys have been paying attention to the stock market, but I pay attention to it every day. Make sure I be diligent in the research that I do, and paying attention to what's going on. Because once you start to really get in the space of investing and stuff, you start to pay attention of how money's moving, right? And that's that's very important. That's important, right? And last week when SpaceX dropped right on the Nasdaq, so um, it was so big that the Nasdaq couldn't like really fit it. So I'm just trying to give you guys a picture of it. So the Nasdaq is 100 tech companies, right? The top 100 tech companies, right? That moves the Nasdaq 100, right? That's why it's called the Nasdaq 100. Um, and SpaceX is one. The market cap was very high. That's what drove Elon Musk to, uh, I guess, the first trillionaire, they say. But now he's not. Now he's not. Think about that. He's not no more. He's about like 3, 4, 5 days trillionaire, but now he's not. Just because the stock just dumped and stuff like that. So that's something to think about. But SpaceX was so big that the Nasdaq had to, like, certain companies had to get out of the Nasdaq so SpaceX can join. And when that happened, like, the market, it just messed the market up. It really did. So I know the Nasdaq, it dropped for like 4 days straight. Of course, it's going up, down, but most of the gains was down, right? Most of the chart was in a downtrend, right? So just that's something different right there too. And then what was it? What was it yesterday? Yeah, I want to say, because so right now it's earnings that's coming out with companies, right? And there's a company called, um, dang, I was just looking at it. What's the company called? Dang it. I'm gonna have to look it up. I just got brain fart, just got brain fart. Um, but yeah, this company was it did pretty well. Earnings. Ooh. Yes, guys. Good morning. Good morning. Good afternoon. Good evening to wherever you are tuning in from. Make sure you like the video. Macron, duh. Yeah. So this is technology company MU, ticker symbol MU. Um, and they've been doing pretty good. They beat the last quarter by a big number. I think the last quarter. Think about this, guys. I think it was was it 9 million or 9 billion? I think it was 9 billion in market cap last quarter. So the first quarter, right? 9 billion market cap. Now this second quarter, it went to 42 billion just in like 3, 4 months. So that company, MU, Macron Technologies, that is a awesome earnings report, a earnings, right? But the stock market didn't react that way. It went the other way. So that's why I'm like, something is happening when it comes down to. So that's why I say it is important to know how, money is moving, know how companies is moving, know how to invest and trade, know what you're looking at and things like that. So check the links in the description, guys. I do have my um, crash course, 16 chapters, 80 pages, where you can have the understanding from the beginning. Hey, look, trust me, I have my son reading it, and he's starting to understand it more and more. He was like, "Man, I'm glad that you wrote it in this way so I can understand it." And so my son, he's 14. He's very smart though. He knows how to read very well. He probably can read some chapter books that's a couple hundred pages in like a couple days. Like, yeah, I'd be like, yeah, read a book, and then next thing I know, he's done with it the next day, and I'm like, dang, okay, well, all praises. I didn't mean like read the whole book, but you know, that's what he does. But yeah, yeah, he's reading it. So check the links in the description. It's not that hard to understand. I made it so everyone can understand. So um, I believe this is something that everybody should know what's going on. So just like I was talking about what's going on with AI, right? You got to understand that um okay, it's a cycle that's happening, right? First, data centers, great, invest, then invest in water ETFs. Now you got to start thinking about the equipment that is in data centers, right? Invest in these companies that's helping the data centers in a way. And no matter how you feel about it, you get what I'm saying? Because that's just the stock market in general. Trust me, I had to get over how I felt about the stock market and stuff like that. Of course, there's companies out there where you just don't want to do and stuff like that. But at the same time, this world is getting so crazy and expensive, and is draining a lot of people. Is really like making it's starting to go into chaos, right? So you need to eat every day. Your family needs to eat every day. So this is just another way to, generate income. Even if you want to do like dividends or something like that. So yeah, I don't want to get too deep into it. But guys, check the links in the description. July 19th is actually a free Zoom call. And I will be going over like certain ETFs, certain like companies that pays dividends every single week. And a share price, I want to say maybe like 20, 30, $40 a share. So with dividends, you can buy the share, keep you where you have to keep investing it into it, right? And then depending on what they make, I guess that week, that month, that's when you will get paid every single week. So that's another way to, you know um, invest without like really trading it. You get what I'm saying? You would just invest, 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 and you would get paid back dividends. So think about that. That's just another way, but I do break that down in the ebook. um yeah. But yeah, so all praises, guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you are just now tuning in, make sure you like the video. I believe this is the first time. Um, I got more likes than views right now. So all praises for that. But yeah, let me know where you guys tuning in from. Man, yeah, this is the first time I tell you this that it's been raining like this here in Mauritius. Here in Mauritius. This usually it does not rain like this. It really doesn't. It really doesn't. So that's why I'm like, guys, I don't know. I'm not trying to put no fear in nobody, or I ain't scared. I ain't never scared, right? But something feels off. Something feels off. And I'm not even saying like here in Mauritius. I'm talking about around the whole world. Something feels off. So let me know if you guys can feel it too. I'm just not 100% sure. I can't pinpoint what it is. I know it's very spiritual. for sure. Somebody said I just heard about the roaches there. You talking about cockroaches? Yeah, it's gonna be cockroaches everywhere, to be honest, because they build with septic tanks, right? So if you're not spraying your septic tank, if you're not spraying every couple months around your property and stuff like that, yeah, of course, the cockroaches is going to be there. Like that's something that, yeah, of course, that's something that we had to get used to coming to Africa. Um, and yeah, ask questions like that too, because that's a good question. When we first got here, I'm like, oh heck no, oh like going crazy, like seeing these big old cockroaches, like the big ones, you know. Well, sometimes they got the wings and stuff sometimes, right? But once I realized like where they come from and you know stuff like that, I'm like, okay, it's just something that you have to pay attention to. It's not um like trust me, I don't want to say everywhere, but you just have to take care of it. You gotta spray. You gotta, spray outside, spray around the septic tanks and stuff. A septic tank is where all the pee and poop go, right? And you can clean it out every couple years or so like that. But it's a big thing underground that they build when they first build before they build on top of the house. It's something underground, right? So in America, I think it's more of pipes and stuff where your pee and poop go. It goes like away from everything. Um, so yeah, that's just how they build here in Africa. So um, yeah, depends on the house. Yes, it is pretty early here. It's about what? Yeah, it's just turned 6:05 a.m. I was up as always. Baby girl got me on this schedule now where she likes to wake up at like 3:30, 4:30, and just be up. Well, this is a good thing. She's starting to be up and just looking around for a time, and then she'll start crying. So she's growing. She's growing. But before she only had two modes. She will sleep, or if she's awake, she's crying. So now she's starting to wake up and just look around, and she might be seeing angels and stuff around the house like that. So yeah, but yeah, she just been up three let's see 3:30 I think today, and I put her down for like in about like an hour or something. But yeah, I'm gonna show you guys like the rain right now real quick. I want you guys to hear it because it's like this is different. Let me turn the light on. Yeah, look at that. You see our pool right there? It's starting to like fill up. It's like overflowing because it's been raining so much. It's overflowing. So we can't even hop in the pool to like bring the water or get the water to, splash off or anything like that. But yeah, this is probably the hardest it's rained here in Mauritius. To be honest. Yeah. But yeah, that rain is something else. This is probably the hardest it's rained since we've been here in Mauritius. So just to give you guys an idea of that's not the typical rain that we usually get. It's really not. It's usually softer. It's usually like on and off, or something like that. But yeah, let's see. All praises. Okay, I will be moving to Kenya soon. Love your channel, Lawanda. Oh, okay. My mom's name was Wanda. So all praises. Yes, enjoy Kenya. Enjoy Kenya. Um, oh, that's some news right there too. You gotta be careful in Kenya. I think they was like boycotting the prime minister. They pretty much locked him in his his I guess like White House in a way, his place where he goes to, do business and stuff. Okay, let me try to look that up because that's something right there. Kenya, they love protests. They love protests. So that's why I say you have to be careful. Yeah, Gen Z protesters. It's going crazy. Yeah, look up Kenya protests. It's going wild. So this is everywhere. This is like, well, it says 18 hours ago, 10 hours ago, 12 hours ago, 6 hours ago. Yeah, we're probably when my wife wake up, we're probably gonna do a video about it. But this is something. That's why I say, guys, look, it's very important. Pay attention to what I'm about to say. It's very important to choose the right country to go to. Because if you go to these countries and stuff like this is happening, you just trying to go enjoy your life and be okay and experience Africa as you should, right? And then um, stuff like this happens. Like you land, you're in the city, you driving around, and then everybody's protesting, and you like, dang, we can't even move. I can't even get to my Airbnb. I can't even get to my hotel because everybody's protesting in the streets. Gen Z acting crazy. The police is shooting people in the leg and tear gassing, and they starting fires everywhere. Like this is real. This is real, and Kenya is one of those places like that. So that's why I say you just have to make sure you choose the right country. I have no problem with that's the only problem I guess I have with Kenya is like stuff like that. Um, and pretty much the US has a big hand over Kenya. So just recently with the Ebola outbreak, right? And America was saying, "Hey, we we're going to create a medical facility there for American people to go to get healed." And yeah, the Kenyans was protesting. The president was saying no, don't do. Then the next thing you know, they popping up doing the stuff. So it's just like, huh? Just gotta be careful. I'm glad that Kenya has that relationship with America, so Americans can go there. But yeah, Kenyan people they're very smart, but at the same time they like to protest. I'm looking at this video now, like man, that's wild, and it's all because the president William Ruto, his leadership, they probably want him gone. So that's something to pay attention to. Please pay attention to. Is African time a real thing or just fake? So are you saying like so African time? Yeah, like the sun's about to rise in about 26 minutes. That's African time right there, knowing that it's going to rise at the same time. And about like at 6:30, 6:35, yeah, it's going to rise. And then in the evening, the sun will set around like, I guess depending on where you are, in Africa or here on the island of Mauritius, the sun will set in my neighborhood around like 6:47. You get what I'm saying? So this is like every day. The time doesn't change, like America. So yeah, there is African time. I guess that's what you're meaning. They might not like the president. He's trying to force the digital ID on them. Yeah, yeah, that's that's what's happening. That's what's happening. That is a real thing that's happening. I know in America, it's pretty much that in a way. Just say like so. This is what I know in Africa because we had a couple people, like local people that grew up in Africa, born in Africa and stuff. So there's a big problem where they don't have their paperwork properly when they are born at a young age and things like that. So they can't get like passports or IDs and stuff. So when they get old enough to um, get an ID and a passport, they'll have to go through offices that they haven't talked to in years. They will have to get information from their parents, from their grandparents, um, basically like witnesses saying that you was born in a country and the date, the hospitals, and stuff like that. And that's a big problem here in Africa. So yeah, I can understand why they want to do the digital ID, but I don't agree with that. I definitely don't agree with that. Shalom, shalom, family. Welcome, welcome, guys. If you are just now tuning in, make sure you like the video. Let me know where you tuning in from. Recap real quick. Yeah, the recap. I was just saying, ah, something's off. Something's off. Um, yeah, something's off. I was saying about the earthquakes all around the world and diverse places. I guess you can say. No, you definitely can say earthquakes in diverse places. Venezuela, Japan, California, Philippines, all within 24 hours. That's something different. I was talking about Europe, and how the heat waves is there. It's over 100 degrees Fahrenheit in Europe for the first time in a long time. And or it might just be for the first time, to be honest. Also in Arizona and Utah, they're talking about cutting power off um, today or this weekend. So that's something to think about, just because they say they don't want to cause fires and stuff like that. So, man, that's something where it's like, man, things are changing fast. Um, I was talking about data centers, um, and how they're gonna bring AI to everything. So I was just looking at a video on how this guy, he was saying like, yeah, the grocery stores. So AI is going to be in any and everything, to be honest, and it's going to hit the West first. It's always going to hit the West first. So I had a conversation with someone at a cafe that I go to get some food for my wife, and she was like, because for me, I lost my wallet and stuff, but I got my card on my Apple Wallet, so I just pay on my phone, right? And they're always like, "Oh wow, that's so great, man! I wish I can do that. My bank doesn't do that here." And I'm like, you should just connect it. And it's like, oh no, they don't do it. So they're just now getting hit to allowing bank cards to be on like Apple Wallet, so they can just, tap and pay with their phone. So that's something I can see Africa's going to be behind on when it comes to AI, or I guess integrating AI into everything. But the video that I was looking at, this guy, he was saying like, yeah, the grocery stores now, they're not going to have prices. And please let me know if you see something similar to what I'm about to say. Uh, in the area that you are in, the grocery stores is not going to have prices. They're going to have cameras. They're going to have, your facial expression. They just going to know you, right? And then once you get to the cash register to pay for everything, um, they're just gonna have like a database of what you buy and stuff like that, and see, okay, if you buy ice cream a lot, they will know that you buy a lot of ice cream, right? And you're not gonna know the price until you pay. So if you like ice cream and you buy ice cream every time you go to the grocery store, they're gonna slowly increase the price of that ice cream that you get. And that's all because of AI would say ice cream's not healthy for you. So eventually, AI is going to be ruling in that way, where it's like, yeah, you gotta be careful, because it's like that's happening in real time. That's happening in real time. Um, yeah, AI is going to be like, yeah, you're overweight, so we're gonna up the price of this ice cream so much where you don't have to um, buy it. So that's something that's going to be happening. I'll say for sure, definitely before uh, 2030. And lay according to the clock. But okay, somebody was okay. The African time thing, yeah, yeah. The African time, yeah, it definitely came from Africa when they talking about B BP time, Black people time, and stuff like that. Yeah, it definitely came to Africa. So just say if you wanted to go to a meeting or you had a meeting with someone, yeah, they're probably gonna show up 2 hours late. You know, so that's why you got to constantly stay in contact with the person that you're going to meet, especially if they're African. And it's just something that you get used to. It's something that you start to realize, okay, they just take their time. So if the meeting's at 9, just say let's let's say the meeting's at 11:30 a.m. or 12, noon, and they had to go to their grandma's house to, you know, make her breakfast or something and do something like that. They will take all day with that. They say, hey, I had to help my grandma. She needed a ride here, needed a ride there. And yeah, we got done around like 1 o'clock. So I'll be coming to the meeting. And it's like, bro, I've been here sitting since 11:30. Yeah, that's real. That's definitely real here. Somebody, Jackie Cooper, CERN did a test yesterday. You gotta do you have some videos suggestions that I can watch, or articles or anything like that um about the CERN testing yesterday or 2 days ago for me with the earthquakes and stuff? Because I did think it was kind of weird when Donald Trump spoke up about the earthquakes, um like automatically. So the earthquakes happened in Venezuela. He said, "Oh, pray for Venezuela. We're going to help them as much as we can." And it's just like, oh, dang, that was like that thing just happened in 2 minutes. You tweeting about it. So yeah, that could be something, and it could not be. So if I mean, the Most High is always going to be in control of everything. But yeah, yeah. Someone said, yeah. Usually, I noticed that they test things on the lesser nations, blackouts, crashes, protests, economy shifts. Then they bring it to the U.S. because they have all the data. Yeah, yeah, I agree with that too. Um, but did you guys hear about the um, the Golden Dome? They tested the Golden Dome, so they can shoot down planes, drones, um, missiles, rockets, whatever. Now in America, wherever. So they tested it out. I want to say, who was it? The Marco Rubio or something like that. He was talking about it. Let me try to look at it. Um, yeah, they just tested this out. Yeah, U.S. tests Golden Dome successfully. New era in air defense begins as things does not work out with Iran, and Israel is not going to stop. So yeah, that was something different. So that's why I'm like, it's so much going on where if you did it, let me ask the question. Did you guys hear about the Golden Dome being tested and it was successful? Did anyone hear about that? Did anyone hear about that? Because yeah, I believe they're telling people things slowly because that's something right there. So the next thing is it going to be some missiles flying in the air across America? That's something to truly think about. They put it out there. So that was a little bit different that I saw, that if you're not paying attention to these things, you're not going to know it. So that's why I'm like, dang, did you guys hear about that? And it seemed like nobody heard about it. So yeah, the Bible is the truth. The truth stands every time, every time. So I just know for sure the Most High has been telling his people, I guess I can say Most High has been using his spirit, and the people that has his spirit would probably feel like a urge or a like what is going on right now for the past couple of weeks. Of course, this whole year, but um yeah, this past week has been like something. I'm like, man, something big is happening. Something big is about to happen. And I know it's because, the feast day is coming up. So, it's going to be a little bit more spiritual, more sensitive and things like that. So, yeah, this is a time. It's a good time to be alive. It's a great time to be alive. But just make sure that you can live more abundantly. Make sure you can live properly and righteously and be obedient, and things like that. But yeah, yeah, I was feeling some. I'm feeling something. I know me and my wife. I was saying this at the beginning of the video. We've been having some dreams back to back and things like that. So yeah, I can't. Somebody said, "What do you think is going to happen?" I'm not sure. I know that the truth is going to be coming out. I know that you know judgment is going to be happening. You know, um, I I know the last. I want to say the last live that I was talking about. I was talking about Hollywood, right, and how they're bringing out people looking like they're starving, right? They're doing all these pictures and stuff. People just look so skinny and just look like they just starving, right? So I was saying like, maybe Hollywood is trying to tell people um, that a famine is coming. Hey, there's going to be a shortage of food. There's going to be a famine that is happening in America, right? So that's why I say you got to kind of like just, pray and ask the Most High, like, what am I looking at right now? Why are they doing this? Um, you gotta you gotta see the signs in a way. So yeah, I believe America, they just put their own famine on themselves. It's just like a recycled thing. So when you think about them spraying the skies and stuff, it goes down to the soil. It goes down to um it gets down to the farming and growing food and stuff like that, and all of that, right? So basically, um they're bringing a famine on their own head, right? They're bringing judgment on their own head. And it's just like a big cycle that's happening. So it's just going to speed up. Time is just going to speed up more and more. Mm, Yeah, and that's something that a lot of people. That's why I say it's more important. It's very important to be spiritually strong now. Have that spiritual maturity. Eat the meat. Spit out the bones. We should not be drinking milk right now. We definitely should be having some meat and knowing how to chew it and swallow it, even if it hurts, even if it's a little bit chewy. You still gonna have to learn how to, take the meat, eat the meat, and be good with it. Shalom, Kaka just joined. Shalom, shalom. Yes, guys, if you just now joining, make sure you like the video, leave your comments below. Let me know where you are tuning in from. Let me know where you are tuning in from. As you guys see in the back of me, the sun is starting to rise. Like I was saying, I was just saying that about the time. It is raining here, so it's a little bit cloudy and stuff. But yeah, every day, every day, 6:35, 6:37, the the sun is going to rise. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I mean. Like, um, the spiritual maturity, um, eating meat. Not drinking milk like a baby on the mama's breast. You get what I'm saying? Or a calf on the cow's milk. Drinking milk. Now it's time to step up and eat the meat. Yeah. But yeah, guys. Let's see. It's it is it is that time to get an understanding, to really get some knowledge that's gonna um, help you survive and sustain yourself in this near future, because things are going to be heating up. Things are going to be uncomfortable for a lot of people. So that's why, you know, it's important to get understanding. It's important to get knowledge. So check the links in the description, guys. I'm not going to be on here too much longer for learning how to invest, a crash course, 16 chapters. If you take these chapters serious, you will have an understanding when it comes down to investing. You have an understanding when it comes down to growing your money, allowing your money to make money for itself, knowing how to build a portfolio, knowing how to, um, you know, compound your money. You get what I'm saying? Even if it's ETFs, even if it's dividends, things like that. Certain companies, they will pay you. So it's all in there. It's all in the ebook. So crash course. Make sure you check the links in the description. Uncertain times. Okay. People that worship the holy cow don't drink milk. Okay, I think some people a little bit confused when I was saying the milk and the meat. Um, yeah, I'm talking about like spiritual meat, like when something hurts and you can accept it and swallow it. You get what I'm saying? Or if there's just levels to it. There's levels to spiritual maturity. Some people it's just gonna be spiritually on milk. Some people it's just gonna be spiritually on meat. So yeah. What African countries do you think can maintain its natural purity away from AI technology, etc.? Because I like to go somewhere sustaining and self-sufficient. I'll say most African countries, you got to think about AI and data centers and stuff like that. It takes a lot of water, it takes a lot of electricity. So if you have been to Africa, that is a problem that certain African countries has. The water will be cut out, the electricity will be cut out, load shedding and stuff like that is real. So I can't see them like really bringing data centers here to do that because that will take a lot of water from the citizens in a country. So I don't think it's going to come here anytime soon. I know we hear about data centers coming. We hear like companies doing this and doing that. Um, yeah, South Africa might do it in a way because Walmart's there, PayPal's there, so that's something that's like a foot in the door in a way. So you just never know. You really never know. But I don't think it's going to come here anytime soon. Eventually, but yeah, I'll give it some time. Most African countries is going to be good. So just got to do your research, pick the right country. Check the links in the description for, the mature adult intensive. We're going to have that July 5th. July 5th is a special time for us, a special day. So I know I was praying to the Most High, like whoever signs up for this cohort 10, is going to be someone that is going to be celebrating, um, yeah, the 10th cohort of the mature adult intensive. It is our 5-year old's birthday, right? Our first African child, or our first, yeah, African born child here on the continent was July 5th. You get what I'm saying? Um, and it's our wedding anniversary, our marriage anniversary. So, yeah, it's just gonna be a special time. It's gonna be a abundant time. You get what I'm saying? So, I know whoever signs up for the mature adult intensive cohort 10, I know they're gonna be special, and we're gonna build this relationship that we need to, and really, you know, help each other be a community. And that's what the mature adult intensives is. It's really like a big community that you're going to be invested in. We have two separate groups: stay at diaspora and mature adult intensive. So yeah, that is just it's a mentality. Like-minded people. Uh, I would say most people spiritually will be eating meat. You get what I'm saying? I hope you get what I'm saying. But yeah, yeah. Mature adult intensive. Check the links in the description, guys. Check the links in the description for the ebook crash course to build wealth in uncertain times. That's just another way to make money, guys. So all praises to the Most High. All praises. That's yes, yes. Welcome, welcome, welcome to the community. Check the links in the description for the mature adult intensive. I know we will be doing a post pretty soon about it, on our community. So yeah, yeah. I would say the mature adult is 4 weeks, 4 weeks each week. We will have like a Zoom call, and the Zoom call is yeah, it's 90 minutes, but for me, I always go over, so it'd be like 2 hours, just talking, really getting to know each other. Um, we pray, we laugh, we 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 build a relationship like family. So that's why I say, like, once you're behind the scenes, you're gonna be family. You're gonna understand, like, dang, this is great. Wow, I got a neighbor next door to me that is in a group, or the next state. We have people that actually connected with each other and moved abroad with each other because they were single ladies. So they decided to come together. They were right next their state was right next door to each other. So they came together, traveled together, moved together, and now they're just, living life here on the continent, enjoying, you know, figuring it out. So, yeah, investing is very important. If that's in your mindset, if that's in knowledge, if that's in, a house or anything like that. Yeah. Yes, the link is in the description. So the link is in the description. How do I? Mm, 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 mm. I was trying to do the link, but yeah, check the links, and the links will be in any of our videos. Most most of our videos, the link will be in there. So yeah, if it, and also it's going to be on our website www.journeywithusmovetoafrica.com/services. So yeah, guys, I think that's pretty much it. Just make sure you be diligent. Make sure you pay attention to what's going on worldwide, because this week has been something different, especially with those earthquakes, especially with you know weather, things like that. Uh, even the stock market, even finances and stuff like that. Earnings was coming out, and some companies did pretty well, but the stock market didn't show it. So it could be delayed. It could be like a liquidity problem, which means that um, like there's not enough money flowing globally. So yeah, check the links in the description because I really break this down in the crash course, how to build wealth in uncertain times. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Baby girl, she just woke up, so I'm about to make sure she's good. Hope all is well with you. Uh, let's see. Any last questions? Please let me know. How hard or easy is it to adjust to Africa? I don't want to feel like I don't know anybody. That's why I say, you know, you have to talk to someone like me. Talk to someone that's been here in Africa for a while and just knows how to move around. You get what I'm saying? It can, talk you through certain situations. You're in a community, so any questions at all, that would just be so much easier. That's why you have to take advantage of um, like consultations and stuff like that because you will get the real information. Um, so that's yeah, I would suggest that that's just a good investment. That's a invest in that question that you just had right there. So how hard or easy is it to adjust to Africa? Africa, um, it just depends on the country. To be honest, I would say Mauritius is probably the softest landing from America for sure. But if you go to like you know Tanzania, that might be a little bit different. Same with I guess depending on the area in Tanzania, I would say that depending on the area in Ghana. So that's just like what you gotta know. Like every country is different, but I would say Mauritius is probably one of the softest landings that you can have. It's going to be similar um, to like when it comes down to the infrastructure of America. When it comes down to the infrastructure of Mauritius, it's going to be similar. Um, but they're still behind in a way. So I know in the video I was talking about how uh, I lost my wallet here and I had my cards on my phone, and everywhere I go I pay with my phone. And then I was having a conversation with a local, and she was saying that oh man, I wish I can do that. We can't do that yet. I'm like, yes, you can. Just download this and do it this way. And he's like, no, my bank, they're saying that they're going to try to do it soon. It's really the bank that doesn't do it. So that tells me right there that they're trying to be up to date with technology, that way, but they're still behind. So yeah, but Mauritius would be the softest landing, to be honest. Someone said 165,000 jobs have been cut this year so far. They aren't doing bad. AI is take yeah, yeah. AI is gonna be everywhere. I'm telling you. I'm seeing it already. Where? What was we gonna do? Yes. Yeah. So me and my wife were gonna do a live about the earthquakes. And we got on StreamYard for the first time in a while. Right? It's been a long time since we've been on StreamYard because usually we just go live like this. And yeah, they had AI everywhere. They already knew what it was. So AI is gonna, I'm telling you, it's gonna be integrated in every single thing. Like really. So that's why I say get out of the West, go to a country where it's going to be a little bit slower when it comes down to upgrading technology and catching up with technology. If you do not want to be in that AI world, so that's my answer for it. But yes, guys, thanks for tuning in. Um, Make sure you like the video if you're just now tuning in. And yeah, I'll be talking to you guys in the next video. Shalom, shalom. Peace and blessings to you and your household. Make sure you check the links in the description. Make sure you check the news channels, global news channels, so you know what's globally happening. Um, because things are shifting in a way, but you just gotta have discernment to see. You gotta have eyes to see. Gotta have ears to see, and know what's really going on. So, yeah, I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Shalom.